The emotional system processes so much information through all the filters. You see, when you're waiting as an emotional person, you're waiting because that's the frequency of your intelligence. It's the frequency of your intelligence. The longer you're able to wait, and you'll notice something. As you begin to live your design as an emotional person, you'll begin to recognize you have different frequencies for different qualities of decisions. In other words, there are minor things in which even a few hours will give you the clarity you need. There are major things that may take not just days, but weeks and months, and with family, years to process until you get to a place of clarity. And all of those processes on the emotional plane, this is your intelligence. And you see, emotional beings, that the real pejorative pointed at emotional beings is that they do stupid things, because that's what the emotional system does. If you listen to the emotional system in the moment, you know what you do is really dumb. And the reality is that the moment that you give the emotional system what it needs, which is time, it becomes your intelligence. It becomes an intelligence of deep sensitivity. It becomes an intelligence that can really grasp things, but grasp them at the emotional level. It's very deep. You know, so this is the journey in that sense for the emotional person, is to come to grips with what you're dealing with in being patient. Is it's not a punishment. You're not being punished. Emotional people always think they're missing something. You know, if I don't do it now, it's never going to happen. You know, if I don't cut off their head right now, I won't be able to do it tomorrow. Of course you won't be able to do it tomorrow. It won't be necessary tomorrow. You know, it's all about allowing time to provide you with what you need. You're not going to miss anything. No matter what type you are, whether you're manifester or you're generator or projector, if you are emotional, waiting is not a handicap. It's never going to be a handicap. And the longer you wait, the more you're going to be rewarded for your emotional intelligence. The other thing that others, when they take in your emotional wave, they're going to take in a different wave. Because you see, this is not about repressing or holding back or controlling emotions. This is about allowing the right frequency of emotion to come out. You know, so if you're upset with somebody, there's a perfect frequency for you in which you can actually deal with them without simply getting a violent reaction. You know, if you're emotional and you put something very emotional into the other person, you are going to get something back. And if it's so intense because it's not correct, then they're not going to get it. You know, they're simply going to resist it. When you're emotionally correct, the other takes your feelings in correctly. Correctly.